I was gonna ask you, Hollander, will you come to my cottage this summer? Don't go to Russia. Come to my house. We'll have so much fun. It's so private. No one will know.
Hollander, you know we can't do that.
We could have a week or even 2. Be completely alone together.
Hi everyone, and welcome into Leah Binges, because my name is Leah and I like to binge watch a lot of movies and TV shows, and today we are obviously going to be discussing Heated Rivalry. Heated Rivalry is the most recent in a list of MLM-focused shows and movies in recent years that have gained a massive amount of popularity, following Heartstopper, Young Royals, and Red, White, and Royal Blue, not to mention the long string of ships that have always been center stage of the shipping community. For example, Buddy, Starrick, Destiel, John Locke, and most recently Byler. Overall, I think people need to start paying editors for marketing, because only after having the edits of Heated Rivalry flooding my For You page for a month did I finally decide to watch it. It follows the storylines of hockey rivals Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov, which is a very enemies to lovers type trope. I do recognize that this show was based off of a series of books, which I have not read, so I only have the show to go off of. I was obsessed with the edits that I was seeing on my For You page, and I'm always down to support queer media, so I obviously had to watch to see what all the hype was about. Every time I say that, I think of the meme with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande with, well, I am in queer media.
Defying gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I didn't know that that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah. I've seen it on a couple posts. I don't know how widespread, but you know, I am in queer media, so.
Yeah.
My first impressions of the show was that I know it was only 6 episodes long, but the story was simultaneously so fast and also a little bit drawn out in my opinion. Like episode 1 was super quick because they jumped right into fucking, but then we got almost no development in the characters or their relationship until the end of episode 4. The first couple of episodes, I was not seeing a whole lot of chemistry between the two characters. Like I was rooting for them, but I live for like a cute flirty back and forth, and they were both heavily in the closet, so we did not get very much flirting. It was just a lot of them being fuck buddies for 2 episodes. I did also find the timeline a bit difficult to follow considering all of the jumping around. I understand that was kind of the point because they only had sporadic exchanges for a while, but I kept thinking like, will this be on the test? Am I gonna be tested on when they met, like what year this happened, what year that happened? Because I really hope not. Episode 5 is when I really truly started to get into it.
You don't have to do this.
Yes, yes I do. I love you so fucking much. I love you too.
You don't see that every day. Good for Scott Hunter.
What the? I'm coming to the cottage.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
As the characters truly started to be more developed and fleshed out, we get to see more of them together, so it felt more natural. And after watching episode 6, I am fully obsessed now, and I will be tuning into season 2. The foot touch in episode 6 as a callback to earlier in the season, life-changing and melted me to my core. A little bit of an update to my scripting since I originally scripted this. I have already rewatched episodes 5 and 6. Probably will again after filming this. The show has been incredibly influential so far, thrusting, no pun intended, both actors into the spotlight and highlighting the importance of queer stories and media representation as a whole. The actors have stated that they received anonymous letters and messages from closeted gay athletes who praised the show and thanked them for representing these stories, which obviously is going to trump any negative press and complaints I've seen about the show so far. The popularity of the show has even encouraged Jesse Cordium, sorry if I'm butchering his name, who is a real-life hockey player, to come out as gay. Now let's break down the show itself. The show follows our main characters, Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanoff. Shane plays for the Ottawa team in Canada and feels the pressure of living up to impossible standards. He has a good relationship with his parents, but feels responsible for acting as Asian representation in sports, so he pushes himself as much as possible. I've recently seen more of a breakdown of his character with people pointing out signs and symptoms of his autism, which is something that I didn't know going in, but I do hope that we get to see develop more in the next season. Ilya has similar pressures and ambitions. In the show, we see him always in the spotlight. He's always known for being the best and the guy that everyone is aiming for. He has a huge reputation of being a playboy, a ladies' man, a little bit of an asshole, but in his private life, he has difficulty opening up and is struggling to connect with his family. His mom died when he was young, his dad has dementia, and his brother is a mess, but he also can't be home to help his family as he needs to be winning in hockey in order to financially support them. We overall get a lot more development from Ilya throughout the show, making his point of view much more clear upon rewatches. He comes off as very cold and rude and pushing people away every chance that he gets, but we later learn of his trauma of finding his mom's dead body when he was a child.
My mother didn't suck. She was great.
How did she die?
By accident. She accidentally swallowed a whole bottle of pills. I found her.
And how he pushes people away as a result of never feeling love after his mom's death. This all comes to a head in the later episodes as he opens up to Shane at the cottage and his Russian monologue to Shane over the phone when home for his dad's funeral.
Я здесь все ненавижу, и все меня ненавидят.
Я за все плачу. Я слежу, чтобы у всех были нормальные вещи. Чтобы еда была на уровне. Чтобы отец был похоронен рядом с его родителями. Чтобы могила была идеально сделана. И все, что я слышу, это мало. Я хочу больше, Илья. Мне нужно больше, Илья. Больше, 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 больше. А я ни хрена этим людям не могу дать. Я им все отдал. А сам чувствую себя пустым.
Смотрят на меня и видят либо банкомат, либо врага. Или... Я не знаю кого.
We see the development of Shane and Ilya's relationship over the course of the 6-episode season. It started as casual sex in 2008, followed by a buildup of feelings over the course of the next few years as they met up when they got the chance. In the public eye, they are hockey rivals who fight for the title of best player. Meanwhile, their meetups lead to a journey of self-acceptance. I know, super cheesy. When Scott Hunter publicly comes out on the ice, it provides Shane and Ilya with the strength and the courage to admit their feelings for one another and make future plans to make their relationship work, discussing Ilya transferring to a Canadian hockey team and starting a charity together, as well as coming out to Shane's parents, whether that was intentionally or unintentionally.
Too long? Oh, fuck.
This may be counterintuitive, but outside of episodes 5 and 6, episode 3 was actually my favorite. I recently have started seeing people saying that episode 3 was like the worst and a lot of people were complaining about episode 3 because they wanted to just focus on Shane and Ilya, and episode 3 focuses on Scott and Kip. But episode 3 was actually my favorite overall. I was more obsessed with Scott and Kip than Shane and Ilya for the majority of the show. We got to see a lot more chemistry and cute flirting / bantering between Scott and Kip.
Repeat it, and then I try to perfect it. Okay. So I'd love another smoothie, please.
Anything you'd like different?
Nothing at all.
You really can't keep doing this.
I really can. See you next game day, I hope.
Which is more my cup of tea than the dramatic yearning and angsty doomed lovers, so that's why I tended to enjoy the Scott and Kip episode best. But I also do subscribe to the idea that maybe we don't need to be comparing them, like enjoy both storylines. Why do we need to hate on Scott and Kip if you prefer Shane and Ilya's storyline? If you prefer Scott and Kip, you don't need to be hating on Shane and Ilya's storyline, and I'm not. I enjoy both storylines. Now jumping into the main thing I wanted to discuss for this video, and that is the major backlash that I have seen from Heated Rivalry as a whole. I have already seen a lot of people trying to tear down the show, saying that it's not good, pointing out issues with straight women sexualizing gay relationships, and complaining about sexism within media as shows and movies with lesbian relationships almost never trend and gain this amount of popularity. Slight disclaimer, I tend to be a sponge when it comes to information, and I'll change my opinion based on what I see other people saying because I have a need for people to agree with my opinions. Flaw about me, I know that's kind of sad, but I've been trying to stay true to my opinion on this one because like I'll see one person say something and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's so accurate and true, and then someone else will say the complete opposite thing and I'm like, oh, maybe they're right and the other person was wrong. I'm trying to stay true to my own opinion on this one. I could argue that the show itself is overly sexualized. I'm not defending the sexualization of gay relationships, but the massive amount of nudity and sex scenes in the show emphasizes the idea that this relationship should be attractive to viewers due to the sex scenes themselves, rather than the development of a relationship between the characters. It's similar to what I was saying in the Housemaid video, how the sex scene with Sydney Sweeney felt like it was only there as a way to attract viewers who would appreciate a sex scene with Sydney Sweeney. Like, The Housemaid was a thriller that focused on like an abusive relationship, and then they threw a sex scene in there and it felt like they only did it so that people would talk about, oh, nude Sydney Sweeney. The amount of sex scenes in this show kind of connects to my point in that video as well, as it felt like it was only there as a talking point to attract a sexual audience, despite that being counterintuitive to the message. The conversations surrounding the show that I have mainly seen have been about sex, and while I understand that the show started with the characters as fuck buddies, its popularity stemmed from sex scenes. That's mainly what I saw about the show before watching it. The, oh my god, it's so hot type things, and people talking about like, oh, don't watch it with your family because all the sex scenes, and I had to look up what this was and look up what this was and blah, blah. And I just felt like people were focused on the wrong thing. I agree that this is a problem by itself. I saw one video of a gay man who works at a club stating that straight women had come into the club and stated they were only there to watch guys make out. Don't be creepy. Even if this had sparked some sort of kink in you, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum as long as it's done in the privacy of your own home without involving other people. And also everyone involved has informed consent and is a willing participant in your kink. Do not go into public spaces and be disrespectful and yucky and inappropriate to other people. Don't do that. I think it's weird and unhealthy to enter queer spaces with bad intentions, to be like, well, I'm only here for my own kink. So I'm gonna enter into a gay club and make it my thing. Weird. Don't do that. This also connects to the recent interview with Connor Story, who plays Ilya Rozanov, where he was asked an incredibly uncomfortable question in an interview about how people are only seeing him sexually, which made him visually upset, but had done a really good job in the moment of deflecting that.
Yeah. So when you look at Connor now, and you think about those scenes in Heated Rivalry, what goes through your mind?
I'm thinking about his excellent Russian accent that he does. I'm thinking about his characterization. I'm thinking that he is adorable and he looks like a leading man, and I'm excited to see where he goes next.
And I think that just goes to show how the sexual attraction of the show has been going way too far, and it's like starting to reach a point where it's like weird and creepy and icky. Don't do that. As you may be able to tell, I can't even put it into proper words how uncomfortable and weird it is to me to be asking actors like incredibly personal and uncomfortable questions, and then to also seek out and send messages to them and like stalk them and basically cyberbully them and sexually harass them via social media. That's weird. I would, however, push back on an argument that I have seen recently that straight women cannot be obsessed with gay relationships in a healthy way. Hear me out with that. There are societal expectations surrounding gender roles that are often seen in media. Women are often seen in media as sexual and or emotional beings. Female characters are very, very often used as the object for the brunt of a joke. Whether the characters in the show are ogling her, slut-shaming her, calling her ugly or dumb, or complaining about her nagging, complaining about her emotions, she can just never be right. However, on the other side, a significant portion of male stereotypes are displayed in media as well, representing men as strong and stoic protectors, but also as hypermasculine, emotionless beings who can't show any form of weakness or emotion or a softer side. Considering that, gay relationships in media are kind of a win-win for audience members, especially in gay-centered shows. Women can see a romance story without having to witness any gender stereotypes, but also get to enjoy a softer side to men. A large portion of audience members are similar to me, that they're obsessed with the show due to the development of the relationship and appreciation for getting to see love blossom, rather than an obsession for the sexual elements of the show. I recently saw a comment regarding the show that really emphasized this point, that people really resonated with the show, considering it was a romance story where the parties were shown equal respect and understanding with no sexism or misogyny.
Hey, you don't owe me any explanation.
I feel like I kind of do.
You really don't. Can I ask if you've ever been with another guy? Was it different with a guy? Was it better?
It really starts to attract audience members when you have strong male leads showing a softer side, showing emotions, and having a really strong love story. And I think that's what is attracting a lot of women to the show. This also kind of ties into the next point that I want to discuss, which is that people have been complaining about how lesbian shows are not trending. My main response to that is that this is a complaint that should be given to writers and producers, not audience members. This is not the first time I've seen that come up in discussions. I've seen a lot of videos of people talking about how there's a lack of lesbian couples on TV. I do think sometimes people just choose to ignore a lot of shows. I've seen a lot of people complaining about, a lot of people specifically complained about Heartstopper, that the main couple was gay, and then like, where's the lesbian representation? And I'm like, there is also a lesbian couple in that show as well. So I'm confused why people are saying that that Heartstopper shouldn't be popular because the main characters are gay men, when there's literally a lesbian couple in the show as well. A lot of other shows come to my mind when I'm thinking of shows with lesbian couples and lesbian characters. For example, 911, The Last of Us, The Wilds, Yellow Jackets, The 100, XO Kitty, Heartstopper, Bridgerton, Sex Lives of College Girls, Pretty Little Liars, The Fosters, Good Trouble, A League of Their Own, Willow, First Kill, Atypical, Gotham, The Bold Type, Everything Sucks, Shameless, Once Upon a Time, Imposters, Sense8, Orange is the New Black, Glee, White Collar, Supergirl, Batwoman, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow. That's a long list, in my opinion, of shows that I have seen. I agree that there should be more lesbian representation in media. That long list is just shows that I have seen and know off the top of my head. I'm sure there are plenty of others that I haven't seen. There's a lot of TV out there. So while I do agree that there should be more, I think it's not the conversation to be having right now. Like I said, I do understand what people are saying, that there isn't a lot of lesbian representation similar to Heated Rivalry, with a sapphic relationship as the front and center of the show. With the most recent I can think of would be First Kill, which was canceled after 1 season. But ultimately, in my opinion, that's not the viewer's fault. I saw plenty of analysis when First Kill was first canceled that it had more watch time than Heartstopper when it first came out, and it was trending pretty hard in the weeks leading up to its release from what I can remember. This is a whole separate rant. I understand that because, in my opinion, I didn't really love First Kill. The writing was terrible and the CGI was worse than Once Upon a Time, which is saying something. The point I'm trying to make here is that there is clearly an audience for it, and there would be hype surrounding a show if they were to make like a gender-swapped version of Heated Rivalry. Maybe I'm just on the gay side of the internet, so I assume this, but I also assumed I was seeing Heated Rivalry trending because I was on the gay side of the internet. So maybe my view is skewed about that, but who knows? My main complaint with this whole discussion is that this is not necessarily the time nor the place to be having these complaints. If you are a part of the LGBTQ plus community like myself,
I am in queer media, so
you should be jumping at the chance to support any and all representation, because the more popular shows like this become, the more normalized and welcomed it becomes within society, and the closer we get to acceptance, and the closer we get to a lesbian-based show. Answering the show's popularity with a tantrum about, harumph, since y'all like this gay show, clearly y'all hate lesbians, is not the vibe we should be rooting for. Support the queer shows and media and artists and authors we do have to do your best to move towards the show that you want, or better yet, you can go out and become a queer author yourself and push yourself into those spaces to make the media and representation you want to see. Breaking down this show is not helping the overall discussion of LGBTQ plus characters in media. While I understand there is a sense of sexism, at the same time, it's just not the time to be discussing it. It's kind of similar to the what about meism that we're seeing on social media, where the like bean soup theory, where it's like, well, I'm not a gay man. Okay, you can still enjoy the show. Well, but I'm a lesbian and I want a lesbian show. Then go watch a lesbian show. Plenty of people would watch a lesbian show if we had it. Why are you bringing down this show by being like, I literally saw a video recently that was like, y'all would never give a lesbian show this type of attention. We don't know that. First Kill got plenty of attention when it first aired. I don't understand the widespread hate that's going on. It's kind of gay on gay crime, guys, okay? Let's calm down. That's basically all I have to say about the discourse online. If you have any questions, follow-up questions, because I know I'm not the best at speaking eloquently, you're welcome to leave them in the comments down below, and I would be happy to have a further discussion regarding this topic. I will be tuning into season 2 and will continue to support any and all queer media that gets recommended to me. Whether I get to it tomorrow or 5 years from now, that's besides the point. I'll get to it eventually. While I think some fans are definitely going over the top and fetishizing gay relationships, I also think a lot of the hate towards the fans is unwarranted, and we should be appreciating the support being given to the actors in the show. Jacob Tierney, who is the creator and director, is a gay man himself who has elevated the story in a way that resonates with his own experiences.
I did really try. I tried really hard, but I just can't help it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you have nothing. Look at me. I'm sorry that I made you feel like you couldn't tell me. I'm so proud of you. Please forgive me.
And tells a story of love rising above all obstacles, which is something that is needed right now with the amount of widespread hate in this country and who our president is. Don't remind me. I overall really appreciate the attention that it's gotten. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like. Comment down below if you would like to have a further discussion with me regarding Heated Rivalry or any of the LGBTQ+ media points that I made in this video as well. I know this was less fun, hee hee ha ha, cute gay relationship and more like diving into societal expectations and gender norms and homophobia. My apologies for that, but I know there's been a lot of like hee hee ha ha surrounding the show, and I'm starting to get too much hate on my feed that I just kind of wanted to address it, because while this is a fun and really lighthearted show, at the same time, it does have nuance. Thank you so much for watching again. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this, and check out any of the other videos that I have posted. I'm trying to be better about posting on a regular basis. Bye.
Wide. Shane. Shane.
I'm okay, I'm just freaking out. I'll be okay in a second.
Hey. We're good here. Your family is here. Your boyfriend is here. You're good here, okay?
My boyfriend?
I mean, yes. I think so, probably.
Since rookie season.
Summer before.